I actually got hit by a car. It's not funny at all, but I was jogging and I got hit by a car.
So is there a steel hip going on, or?
They said I'm very hard-headed.
Welcome back, everyone, to Top 10 Beyond the Screen. I'm your host, Johnny Rogers.
And I'm Jocelyn Millard, but before we kick off this video, we want you guys to let us know down below if you've ever broken a bone and tell us what happened.
Have you ever broken a bone?
My finger.
I broke
in gymnastics.
In gymnastics?
Yeah, it was gross. On the trampoline.
Hopefully it won't be anything as crazy as these celebrity injuries, because today we're going to be breaking down all of these scariest celebrity injuries, from Simon Cowell's bike ride to Kristen Stewart walking the red carpet on crutches. That's rough.
Nuts. I don't remember that.
Yeah, they'll see the photos.
If you happen to be new here and you don't want to miss another daily video from us, make sure you tap the subscribe button and ring the notification bell as well.
Now, without any further delay, let's get right into today's list of the top 10 scary celebrity injuries.
Kicking off our list number 10 is Gary Busey. In 1988, he was in a motorcycle accident that changed his life forever after it almost killed him. He was 44 years old at the time, and he had just picked up his Harley Davidson bike from a shop when he tried to maneuver around a bus on his way home and accidentally turned the bike too hard. The bike started to skid and he hit his back brake, which caused him to fly over his bike and land him directly on his head, which did not have a helmet on. He went into emergency neurosurgery, which was followed by many months of recovery, but he has not been able to recover fully since and still suffers from severe brain damage. He spoke about it in May 2020, pretty recently, with The Guardian, and said that after his brain surgery, he actually passed away and went to the other side, which he said was a spiritual realm, and he came back to life after. He described it and said, "I was surrounded by angels, balls of lights floating all around me, and I felt trust, love, protection, and happiness like you cannot feel on earth." Crazy. Let me know, people, do you believe that people can go into the afterlife and come back? Let me know.
I think that's just Gary Busey being Gary Busey. That man's insane. In at number 9, Kristen Stewart. When Twilight star Kristen Stewart arrived at the Oscars in 2013 in LA, the photographers were shocked to see her pull up on crutches. Along with a pair of silver hospital assistants, the actress wore an ivory-laced Reem Acro gown and was at the event to present the award for Best Production Design. Although Kristen didn't really answer any of the red carpet interviews about that injury, she told MTV that she was just clumsy and that's how it happened. However, her makeup artist Bo Nelson told People magazine that she cut the ball of her foot quite badly on a piece of glass just 2 days before the event, but she still wanted to attend. Can't really blame her for that one. Apparently, Anne Hathaway even asked her if she was going to be bringing the crutches on stage, to which she replied, "Nope, I'm gonna hobble." And then after that, the Associated Press reported that Anne jokingly replied with, "Well, break a leg."
Swiping the number 8 spot is Ozzy Osbourne. The rock star was left with multiple injuries and required emergency surgery after he was involved in an ATV accident back in 2003. He was involved in an all-terrain vehicle accident on his property in southern England at the time. He ended up breaking 8 of his ribs on his left side, a vertebrae, and his left collarbone. He required surgery to restore flow to the blood vessel that was also damaged in the accident. The good news was he was described as stable and comfortable in a London hospital when the accident was first reported. The surgery was a success and he was able to fully recover, but it is still a miracle that he was able to walk away after an accident like that.
In at number 7, Susan Sarandon. Back in November of 2019, actress Susan Sarandon posted a few selfies of her face looking bruised and battered. In the post, she writes, "A little slip equals concussion, fractured nose, banged up knee, so it looks like I won't be able to meet folks in New Hampshire for Senator Sanders tomorrow. I'm really sorry I'll miss that opportunity, but here's what I'd hope to say." In the remainder of the post, she goes on to implore people to listen to what the scientists are saying, as well as the bevy of other concerns that she had with the Trump presidency happening again. Susan has been a big supporter of Bernie Sanders and endorsed his campaign during the 2016 election.
Moving on to number 6, we have Travis Barker. The drummer for the band Blink-182 has been given the title of the luckiest man alive after walking away from a horrible accident that no one should have survived. On September 19th, 2008, he and his close friend Adam Goldstein boarded a jet with 6 other passengers headed to Los Angeles from South Carolina. The jet started racing down the runway for takeoff, but aborted the takeoff and crashed into the airport's fence and onto the highway. Investigators later confirmed the emergency decision was due to a burst wheel. The plane ended up crashing into an embankment and burst into flames, killing 4 people and leaving Travis and his friend Adam the only ones to survive. Travis opened up and recalled the accident and said that when he jumped out of the emergency exit, his body was covered in jet fuel and his body lit up into flames. He received burns to 65% of his body and almost lost his right foot in the accident. He was able to rip off his closed quickly and then dropped to the ground and roll. He spent 11 weeks in hospitals and burn centers and underwent 27 surgeries and skin grafts. He said that he has not flown since the accident. I don't blame him.
I bet when he told Tom DeLonge that story, Tom was like, that's aliens for sure, bro. People who are Blink-182 fans will get that one. In at number 5, Miranda Kerr. Australian Victoria's Secret model Miranda Kerr once had to add a medical neck brace to her wardrobe to assist in recovery after a nasty car crash. Miranda was photographed walking around LA with a neck brace, and a spokesperson for Victoria's Secret revealed that she was involved in a road accident in California. She was given an MRI scan following the accident and then was fitted for the brace, which was probably her least favorite wardrobe fitting in her entire career, if you ask me. Her representative Annie Kelly told Australia's 9 News that Kerr was in a lot of pain, but really they were just glad that it wasn't more serious. Apparently another car had rammed into hers and the driver was promptly arrested after Miranda was taken to the hospital. Thankfully her son Flynn was not in the car at the time.
Rolling to number 4 is Christopher Reeve. The Superman actor had his world flipped upside down on May 27, 1995 after he was in a horseback riding accident that left him paralyzed. He had learned to ride horses for his part in the 1985 adaptation of Anna Karenina, so it became one of his hobbies and he dived into the athletic side of it. He was doing a course on the back of his horse and the first 2 jumps went totally fine, but then as he closed in on the 3rd jump over a zigzag fence, his horse suddenly hit the brakes on the jump. He was thrown from the horse where he crashed headfirst into a rail and then landed headfirst on the ground. The impact fractured his first cervical vertebrae and damaged the second, and his head was barely being held in place by his neck muscles, the doctors reported. He was airlifted to a hospital and had an immediate operation where they reattached his skull to the spinal column and squeezed air into his body to avoid severe brain damage. He's been paralyzed neck down from that moment on.
In at number 3, Reese Witherspoon. This is definitely one of the more frightening injuries on this list, but the way that Reese handled this whole situation couldn't have been better. While she was out jogging, an 85-year-old woman actually hit Reese Witherspoon with her car. She joked about the incident on the Graham Norton show, explaining that she didn't really remember if she had a concussion, which is hilarious, and then her new hairstyle was a deliberate choice to cover the scar on her forehead. Unfortunately, her head was the first thing that she landed on after being struck by the vehicle. According to reports, the woman was traveling 20 miles per hour when she hit Witherspoon as she was crossing the street in Santa Monica in LA. The elderly woman felt terrible about the whole situation, but the police still took away her license, which, fair enough. A representative for Reese also said that the actress would not be pressing charges. Probably because that lady will be dead soon.
Taking over our number 2 spot is Simon Cowell. The America's Got Talent judge was recently hospitalized after breaking his back at his Malibu home in California this past weekend. Reports say that he was testing out his new electric bicycle in the courtyard of his home when there was a malfunction and he fell off the bike. He was taken to the hospital immediately where he underwent surgery later that evening. His representative came forward with the statement following the accident and said, "Simon has broken his back and will be having surgery this evening. He's doing fine, he's under observation and is in the best hands possible." Fans are hoping to see him recover soon so that they can watch him on the newest season of America's Got Talent. The show shut down production due to COVID-19, obviously, but resumed in late June to film at an outdoor stage in Simi Valley, where they will watch the performances in chairs outside 6 feet apart. So we want to see Simon there.
I bet he just criticized that e-bike so much that you are absolutely terrible. The worst bike I've ever seen. Last but certainly not least, our number 1 spot, Tony Hawk. Few people on this earth have put their bodies on the line in the same way pro skateboarder Tony Hawk has. Tony's most recent injury was the definition of the word gnarly. After taking a nasty spill while skateboarding, Tony straight up broke his right middle finger. Now the birdhouse skateboarder can't even flip the bird if he wanted to. The break was so bad that the doctor had to cut his wedding ring off just to put his fingers back into place. Tony shared the x-rays on Instagram saying, "Just received my x-rays from Saturday's debacle. They had to cut my ring off before returning my bones to their full upright and locked position. My fingers are still sore, stiff, swollen, but mostly functional, and I still love my job." I mean, it's Tony Hawk. How could he not love his job?
Well, there you have it, guys. That is our top 10 list of scary celebrity injuries. Leave a like if you enjoyed it and let us know if you've ever had a scary injury.
But for now, let's finish off this video with some of your comment shoutouts. What up, GG says, "I'm 41 but want to be like Joss when I grow up." I hope what... Hey.
How does that happen?
I don't know how that
is that possible?
Is that ageist? Is he saying that you look older than 41? I'm not.
Hey!
That's rude. That's
hey
a rude
now.
comment. What up, GG?
Michaela Lynn says, "When Josh says no shade but serves us all the tea." We love you, Josh. I do say that. I say no tea, no shade, but then I continue to give
But
the
you're
tea
just on
and the
tea.
shade. Oops.
Same. I'm like, oh, I didn't mean that, but then I keep telling facts.
I did mean that.
Oh, okay. EJ Arno says, I swear whenever I see your videos, you're wearing the same top.
I don't think they get that sometimes we film more than one in a day.
Yeah, I've seen people in the comments saying like,
Yeah.
oh, they film like multiple videos in a day. Yeah.
Guys, sometimes we film more than one in a day. But
I'm
they're
not
like,
walking my wardrobe to the studio.
like we're not just being outfit repeaters.
No.
Richard James Rochard says, I love Johnny's video of top 10 celebrities who would...
Who could take Ellen's place?
Aww. They loved the
nice.
video.
I hope one of them takes her place.
No! What,
you don't- you
you're
like
against Ellen, are you?
Ellen defender over here.
No. To an extent. I don't know the truth, so I don't know the truth.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I liked Ellen a lot. I'm very sad with what's happening.
That has been the top 10 scary celebrity injuries, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to tap that subscribe button and ring the notification bell as well.
I've been your host, Joss Bedard.
And I'm Johnny Rogers, and until next time, stay classy.
See ya.
Welcome back, everyone, to Top 10 Beyond the Screen. I'm your host, Johnny Rogers.
Quite a break there.
Yeah.
And I'm Joss Bedard. Kicking off our list, number 10 is Gary Busey. Is it Busey?
It's Busey. Yeah.
Busey?
Busey.
Oh, thank God I have you guys here. Busey? Okay.
In at number 7, Susan Ferrand. This day.
The plane ended up crashing into, what the hell's an embankment?
An embankment is just like a dip. You
know,
there's like land and then it dips down and it goes to another.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm just learning so much with Johnny here. She's a son?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Who's gonna have children?
Really? They can get pregnant? I had no idea. He had learned to ride horses for his part in the 1985 adaptation of, oh, I don't know how to say this one. Anna Karenina?
Anna Karenina.
Look at, what would I do without Shadrin?
My roommate's reading the book.
Anna Karenina? Karenina. His horp. Mine are very serious. I'm reading mine like, oh damn. These are very serious.
I told Christopher when he went out on that horse, no horsing around.
Johnny.
Jesus Christ.
It's not even 11 o'clock and you're busting out the puns. In at number 3, Reese Witherspoon.
That's what you get.
Yeah, that's what I get.